and happy Thursday, and welcome to episode 8 of Makelight Live. I'm so happy that I have been running this for 8 weeks now, which is super cool, and I really like it when I set myself a challenge and a target and I make it happen. And it's really nice when the numbers start to go up, and episode 8, that is so lovely. And I'm really happy that lots of you are watching this either live or afterwards, and I've had some really nice comments from you about it. So thank you, and thank you for being part of this and making it part of your week as well. So today I'm going to talk to you about why I still really love Instagram. Now, I know that you're probably going to hear lots and lots of people moaning about Instagram for ages to come, and you've heard lots of people moaning about Instagram for the past year or so, maybe even 18 months now. I kind of lose track of time. And yes, I totally get why they are moaning, but today I want to share with you lots of positive reasons that I still really love the platform, and also tell you about 2 new things that they brought out this week if you haven't caught up with that yet. So if you have any questions for me and you are watching this live, then please just leave them underneath, because I would love to hear your questions or your comments, and I will look at your questions in a little while once I have talked about why I love Instagram. And I will also be sharing my 3 favourite things of the week with you. So that will be fun as well. So if you have any questions, it doesn't just have to be about Instagram, it can be about anything you want to ask me. Please put them underneath. And if you are not watching this live but you have a question for me, then please leave the question either underneath the blog post if you're watching this via the Makelight blog, or underneath the YouTube video if you have a question for me, or just email me or drop me a line on Instagram or Twitter. So Instagram. I have used Instagram for a long time now, and I still do really love it. It's still part of my pretty much every day. Sometimes I don't go on there at the weekend, or take one day off at the weekend to try and have a bit of downtime away from my phone and social media, but it's generally part of my everyday, and I still really love it. I do get frustrated with the algorithms, absolutely. I get annoyed that there are people that I don't see, that I have kind of forgotten about, but when they do pop up again, I'm like, oh yes, I'd forgotten about them. But what I try to do is use Instagram as it is working now. So rather than get frustrated about it, rather than say, oh, I can't be bothered, rather than spending a lot of time moaning about it, I still really get a lot from it. So I keep hold of those positive things. The first thing I absolutely love is I love having somewhere in my pocket, so I can just grab my phone out my pocket and I have immediate inspiration. So I can go on there and I can look at this beautiful visual inspiration. There's so much joy on there, so many ideas, not just in terms of imagery, but in terms of stories, in terms of inspiring people, in terms of people who are going to encourage me as a businesswoman, as a mother, as a person living in London, as a person who loves to travel, a person who appreciates good design. There's so much that I can get from it by just turning my phone on and going onto the app. And that is so magical. And I really love that I can connect with people all over the world, whether those are people that I just kind of look at and don't actually engage that much with, apart from putting an occasional nice comment and a like, or whether they are actual friends who I talk to regularly, and then sometimes I meet these people as well, and being able to do that is incredible. It's really amazing. So the next time you find yourself moaning about the platform and finding it really frustrating, think about how amazing it is that we have this thing in the first place. We don't have to pay for it. It's really at our fingertips at any time. We can look at it anytime, day or night. I mean, that's amazing, isn't it? You can wake up in the night if you can't sleep very well, and you can access Instagram. If you're traveling, any time zone, you can check Instagram. You can check it as soon as you wake up if you want to. You can check it on your lunch break. It's just there for you. It's absolutely incredible technology. And I want you, next time you're feeling frustrated, to just step back and remember how absolutely amazing it is. And I also really love that despite all the algorithm changes and, you know, all the kind of frustration, there are still plenty of people engaging with it and doing new things with it all the time. So Instagram stories, people have really, really embraced Instagram stories. So you get a whole new, you know, side of it, of the app as well with Instagram stories. I know it's not that new. They came in 18 months ago, but still, it's really, really cool because people are, you know, doing interesting things with them that can inspire you as well. And then hashtags. Now, new hashtags are popping up all the time. So hashtags are still super, super important and valuable and a really great way of connecting with people and of, you know, starting campaigns or starting movements around things, or just having a hashtag to share the things that you enjoy and to, you know, connect with people through starting your own hashtag or starting to engage with ones that are new to you. So you can always find new and exciting things going on with Instagram, and that's what I find so wonderful about it. And that is why I still really, really love it. Yes, of course, I get a bit frustrated that it's not the same as it always was, but that's partly due to the size of the thing. You know, we don't always really appreciate that. I appreciate it perhaps more than some because I live in a world of tech. So my husband is in the tech world and we have many friends in the tech world. I spend a lot of time in the tech scene in London. So I have an appreciation of massive, massive amounts of data and images and how the whole thing kind of works in a way that sometimes we don't really appreciate it when we're just looking on our phone and going, well, this is really frustrating. Why have they made this decision? There are many reasons why they have made those decisions. And a lot of those decisions are to make it easier for us to use the thing, for the thing to actually work, even though we might find that really, really frustrating from a user point of view. But the wonderful thing is that we have it, it's there, it's in our pocket, it's free, it's amazing. You can connect with people all over the world. You can connect with people who are really close to you. I have friends who live around the corner that I would never, ever have met, or probably never have met, if it wasn't for Instagram. So and friends around the world, you know, I met up with people in America when we were traveling there last year who I met through Instagram. And I think that is just incredible, and we should be really grateful for that every day that we use the app. Now, this week, Instagram have launched two exciting things. The first one is that now in the UK, this was trialled in the US for a while, we can now, and I'm sorry, I didn't check whether this is now worldwide or whether this has just come to UK, Europe. However, if you are watching this and you're in the UK, then you can now have shoppable Instagram posts. So you can set it all up, and there's plenty of information out there on this, and I will share links to good people who've written about this and links to Instagram if you want to find out how to do this for your own Instagram account. So if you have an online shop, this is going to be amazing for you because it basically means that people can click on the tags on your image and go and buy the thing. So not get lost on your site, because very often what happens to me is I see something as a buyer, I see something on Instagram and I think, oh, that's really cool, I really like that. I click on the link in the profile and I'm taken to the store, or sometimes I'm taken to the blog that belongs to the store, or sometimes I'm taken to the kind of holding page for everything, and really I need to be on the Etsy shop. And then I've got to stroll through trying to find this thing. And then I might find that it's sold out, it was last season, or I just can't find it. So what I might call it, it might not be called by the shop owner. So it can be really, really frustrating. And then you've lost that customer usually, because people only have so much time. They only have so much attention span. And the competition for online shops is so high, as you will know if you run an online store. You know, it's so high that I'll just go and find it somewhere else. You know, I'll just go, oh, forget it. I'll Google that thing and I'll find it somewhere else. So for you, if you own a shop, this is amazing because it means that people can click on those links, those tags in your image, and go and buy that exact thing, which is so good. It's going to be so valuable for you. Super exciting. I'm really excited about it. We have several ways to buy membership on Makelight, and one of them is through Shopify. So I am excited to try it out for Makelight membership. I don't know if it will be effective at all, but I'm very excited to give it a go. And I'm also really excited. I've seen Makelight members start using this already, and I'm really excited to talk to them about it and see how they're finding it, whether it's effective and working for them. But it's so exciting, both for sellers and for shoppers. So really cool. And we have Instagram to thank for that. So that is amazing. You just need a business account, Instagram account, and you're away selling your stuff on Instagram. I think that's brilliant. The second thing that they made happen this week is you can now, in your profile on Instagram, if you have more than one Instagram account, you can now link to them directly, so people can click on the @ so for example, I have got @EmilyQuinton, I also have @Makelight, and I also have @The Quinskys, and I can link all of those in my profile, and people can click on each one and go to the other one if I want to link them all up and if people want to do that. But it's really useful, because often people have two accounts and then you're like, oh, I'd like to follow their other one, and then you're trying to like remember what it's called as you search for it, and it doesn't always work. And then again, concentration span gone, time moment gone, you've lost that person. So a really great way to get new followers for all your accounts if you have more than one account. And the second thing you can have that's clickable is hashtags. So if you run a hashtag, you can put that into your profile and people will be able to click on that hashtag and then they can follow it or join in or search it. Really great. And if you don't run your own hashtag, it might be something that you want to think about. It's a really great way of connecting with people on Instagram and pulling people together through shared interest, or shared campaign, shared view of the world. Really great way to connect with people and to probably grow your followers as well. It certainly has helped me in the past, and I am actually thinking, I probably should start some new hashtags that I can pull people together with as well, especially as they are now able to be linked in your profile. So that is amazing, isn't it? So on one hand, you might be like, grumble, Instagram, rubbish, really fed up with it, algorithms, rant. But on the other hand, you've got these two new incredible features that will be so useful to so many people that use Instagram, particularly if you are using it for your business. So very exciting. I will share, as I said, I will share links to how to do the shop stuff if you want some more information about that, so you can shop your tags. The profile thing, simply click on your profile. It should pop up for you. If you haven't seen the pop-up, then look out for it. So when you're on Instagram, there'll be like a little pop-up which will tell you about the profile changes. If you haven't seen that yet, maybe it hasn't come to your account yet, because sometimes with these things, they have to bring things in batches, simply again, to manage the amount of people, to manage things going wrong, to manage bugs, all of that kind of thing. That is why they do that. They're not being mean at all. They're just managing their tech and their platform. But if you have seen the pop-up, then simply click on it or click on your profile and you'll be able to just make those. Basically, when I clicked on my profile, it just automatically made my links clickable that I already had in there. And then I think I added an extra one because I was like, oh, this is really valuable. I'll quickly add an extra one in there. So really cool, exciting stuff. And I am very excited to see what this will mean for people and to try the shoppable tag thing myself as well. So there we go. So if you have any questions or comments on any of that or anything to do with Instagram or indeed anything else, then please leave your comments underneath and I will do my best to answer those in a second. So while you're typing comments or thoughts about all of this, I will share my 3 favourite things of the week. Now, none of these things are actually brand new to me. So sometimes when I share things, they've literally been new to me that week. But these are all things that I have been thinking about this week and thinking about how much I really appreciate them and how more people should know about them. So the first one, I've got 2 magazines. Well, I've actually got 3, but one's kind of a bundle of 2. So the first one is Flow magazine. Now you may have seen Flow magazine, and I really, really hope that you have. It's a Dutch magazine, but it is there are plenty of editions in English as well, and it is such a beautiful magazine. It's something I have been reading for quite a number of years now. I can't remember when Flow magazine first came out, but I would say that I've probably been reading it for 3 or 4 years now. I think they sent me, I was really lucky, they sent me the first edition that they had in English, and I was like, oh my gosh, I absolutely love this magazine. This magazine I wish I had written myself. It's just lovely. It's full of, so if you like creativity, if you like mindfulness, if you like getting the most out of life, and you want some inspiration, then Flow magazine is absolutely beautiful, and they always have things like this. So in this edition, there's this really cute card that you can pull out and you can put on your wall or on your desk, and it says create a nice moment for yourself at least once a day, and I just think that is really lovely. They always have at least one illustration with something wise on it in every edition, and I just love it. So Flow magazine, if you haven't seen it before, look out for it. You can get it in WH Smith's in the UK, you can get it online, and I will share the online link to it as well if you haven't seen that. But they are brilliant, doing great things. More people should read this magazine. So, and it's also, I also really love it because there's lots in it. You know, some magazines you get, there's lots of adverts, there's lots of, you know, you kind of just end up going, oh, I kind of read it really quickly. But this is one I can always come back to, read something again, or read something for the first time that I missed the first time round. Just lots of stuff that will make you think. So really highly recommend that magazine. Now the next magazine, I had to actually just whiz up to my daughter's room and grab this from her room. She won't mind because I often read it as well. So this is Teen Breathe. And it is made by Breathe magazine. So if you have seen Breathe magazine before, or if you haven't, Breathe magazine is another beautiful magazine. It's all about mindfulness, well-being, creativity, kind of similar to Flow, but it kind of has a different feel to it, I would say. But I love it, and this is issue 11. I can't remember if this is the latest one, or there might be another one out now. But it has been going for a little while now, and I really, 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 really love it. And I really, really love even more that they have brought out this teen magazine. Now this is the one, I mean, any boys and girls could read this, but they have a new special edition out, which is Teen Breathe Boys Edition, which I am actually going to buy. My boys are not teenagers yet, and my daughter's not a teenager, she's 11, and she's absolutely loving this. So if you want to kind of get an age gauge on it, she is really, really, really enjoying it and really appreciating it, and really thinking about things like screen time, time for creativity, how she approaches things. Like at the moment we're in limbo with secondary school, so we didn't get a secondary school place when the results were announced. Well, we did, but it wasn't a suitable school for Imogen, so we had to reject it. So at the moment she doesn't have a school place, and she's really, really finding a lot of helpful things for living life, for dealing with friendships, and all sorts of things that you face as a young person. And I just think it's so cool that there are things like this out there now for young people. There certainly weren't when I was young, and I wish I had had something like this to read. So highly, highly recommend it. It's quite thin, but she certainly gets a lot out of it. And there are creative things in there as well as kind of thoughtful things. And so yes, I'm going to get the boys one, and I'm just going to keep it in a drawer for a time when I think that my eldest son would find it helpful and useful and interesting. I'm sure in a couple of years' time, when I feel like getting it out the drawer for him, there'll be more things like this for teenagers and preteens. but just in case it's not, I'm going to get it and save it. So I have been spending a lot of time recently really thinking about all the things that I'm thinking about for myself, like mindfulness and gratefulness, and how I can live a better life all the time in terms of personal growth. And I've been thinking about how I can really help my children by bringing all that into family life as well. And I will be writing and sharing a lot more about that soon, about the kind of things that we do as a family, and the things that I kind of have in my head that I want to do with my children as well, because I just think it is so important, and I think it's so valuable if we are doing these things ourselves that we can share those with younger people in our lives. So those are my magazine recommendations, and then I thought it would be fun to share one of my favourite apps. Now this is WordSwag. You may have seen it. You may have not seen it. You may have not seen it, but you probably will have seen Instagram stories created by people who use WordSwag. Now it's not a free app, and it's not a $1.99 app. I think it was $3.99 or possibly even $4.99, which might sound expensive for an app, but I absolutely love it. And one of the reasons that I love it so very much is how very easy it is to use. And not only how easy it is to use, but how easy it is to make a bundle of assets, social media assets, in moments. So for me, spending the $3.99 or $4.99, I think it's $4.99, I have saved time and money over and over again. I use it probably at least 2 or 3 times a week, if not more, and I really love it. So it's all about being able to add text to your images, or if you want, I don't know if you can see this one, I'll show you. So if you don't want to add it to one of your images, to add it to, something like this blue one, or one of their images that they have in their image bank. But what I really love is it's really so easy to use, as I said, but you basically resize the image to whichever thing you want. So Instagram stories or Pinterest or YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, other options that they have. And it just is so easy to use. And then when you've made one, so I normally start off, for example, we're watching Makelight live. When this is finished, I want to tell people on Instagram that it's finished and that they can watch the repeat. I want to upload it onto YouTube, so I need a YouTube cover. I want to put it on my blog, so I need a blog header, and I also need a Pinterest post for my blog as well. I probably want to share it, well, I should do, share it on Twitter, so I need a Twitter image the right size for that. So that is 5 places that I want to share it. And if I want to share it on Facebook, and if I wanted to have an image that wasn't going to be pulled in from my blog, then maybe that was 6. So when I make one and I put the text in, so say I make the Instagram stories one first, which is normally how I start, I create it for Instagram stories and I save that. And then I just go back and I crop it again, and say to the YouTube cover, and the text, go through, and the text is all there, ready for me. Now I might need to resize the text a little bit because of the dimensions changing, and then I save that one, and then I go back and I just make it all, and it takes me about, 2 minutes to make all those 5 things for my social media, and it's just so brilliant. Now, because I love this app so much, I'm going to make a blog post about it so you can see in more detail about how I use it. I'll do a screencast so you can see me using it. You can also add your logo to things, and I have still not managed to do that, so I'm going to make sure I can do that, and then I will make the blog post to share with you next week, so I can share that with you as well, because I want to get my Makelight logo onto my Pinterest posts, because that's really important, and so I can do it with this. So absolutely love WordSwag. It's one of my all-time favourite apps, actually, and yeah, I've tried many of these AdWords to your images things, and I just find that for me WordSwag is working the best. I love the selection of fonts and design that they have and colours. Everything's working for me on there, so I'm really happy with it. So I highly recommend that app. Now we have about 5 minutes left, so I'm just going to click on here to see if any of you have been asking questions. I can see little things that you have been writing on there, but it's really hard for me to see on my iPad. So I'm just going to open it up on my laptop and see if you've asked any questions that I can help you with. Here we go. Oh, cool. So Krista has said that Flow is also one of her favourite magazines, which is really cool, and Penny as well. And she has the little poster on the desk in front of me. That is so lovely. I'm going to put it on my desk as well, and I think I'm going to take a photo with it too. So WordSwag is the most intuitive to use, says Sally. Absolutely, that's what I find. Like, I try Canva and it just sends me spinning, and I actually got Steph, who's my husband and does all the tech stuff for Makelight. He set up some templates for me in Canva, and I was like, okay, this can be amazing, it's all going to be great, super, thank you so much. And then I went on and it just drove me so crazy that I just couldn't do it. Yeah, so yes. Caroline said she's going to take a look at WordSwag, which is great. Oh yes, Ella has said if you love Flow, check out In the Moment. I haven't actually bought In the Moment magazine yet, but I have seen it and thought that it looked lovely, so I might try that next time I see it. Okay. I'm just going to... Oh, that's so nice. Emma said she just wanted to say that she looks forward to 12 o'clock on a Thursday. You are so lovely and it feels like a bit of me time. Thank you. That is so nice. That is pretty much why I wanted to do this every week. So I really love that is working. So that's all lovely. I just want to check if anyone had any questions for me. I don't think you have. I do have a couple of minutes left, so if anyone wants to type one quickly. But Abby has confirmed that it is $4.99 for WordSwag, and she's also said that it's the best app she's ever bought, and I agree. I mean, I do still love my editing apps, but WordSwag, oh my gosh, it's just brilliant. Love. So, oh, here we go. Oh, this is such a good question. Yeah. And just before I answer it, Lynn has said that she can't handle Canva and it's super stressful. I'm so glad it's not just me. I thought I was going crazy. So yeah, I do not use Canva anymore. So I'm glad that it's not just me, that it sends. I just found it so stressful. I love this. Chrissia has ordered a keyboard from last week, so I love that you enjoy it. And Ella has helpfully said In the Moment is cheaper with a subscription, so I will see if I like it, and then I can see if I want to subscribe to it. So thank you for that tip. Right, we just have time for Abby's question, so I'm going to share Abby's question with you and share my answer. It's really helpful. So she said, wanted to ask how to credit properly when sharing others' work and imagery on your blog and Instagram account. On Instagram, is it okay to use someone's image and say, for example, love this image by so-and-so? And on a blog post, if you, sorry, I just had to click on it. If you have used other images, can you just put an image credit list at the end of the post, i.e. image by, and then author's name, or artist name with a hyperlink to the image owner website, or do it under each image. Okay, so I'll take the first bit on Instagram. Now on Instagram, if you use other people's images, as I do from time to time, especially on the Makelight Instagram, in fact, most weeks I try and share other people's Instagram images, because it really helps them as well as helping me to provide content for the Makelight Instagram, but it really helps people if I share their images. So I do share images, so don't worry about sharing other people's images on Instagram, and generally people will be so happy that you have shared their image. Now I am always happy that people have shared my images, but only if they do two things. The first thing is, as Abby has said here, I want a credit in the caption. So I want in that caption, not in any comments underneath, I want it in the caption. I want it to be very, very clear that the image is taken by me, and to have that linked to my Instagram username. So that I really, really want that, so that everybody knows that that image is mine, that I have taken it, and then they can follow that link to find me. It's really important. Over anything else, that is what I want. If people don't do that, I do get a bit cross. More than a bit cross, sometimes, depends on the account. And then I really like it if people tag me in the image as well, because then it means I see it. I usually, because of the size of my account, particularly Makelight, I really don't see those notifications where people have just put it in the caption. So I often miss things, and this can upset me because it sometimes makes me look like I'm being rude, because somebody might have said something nice about me in the caption. So they might have said, you know, photographed by something nice about me, and I haven't seen it. So I really like them to tag me, because I see everything that I am tagged in. But I don't like just a tag, because just a tag and no mention in the caption does not mean that I took the picture. That is not recognizing that I took the picture. That is just putting a tag on there. And people tag me in all sorts of things because they want to share things with me, or, you know, I was there, or whatever it might be, or they're using my hashtag. But I do not want it to be a mystery as to why there's a tag on there, and often people don't even see the tags. So I want a tag for me to see it, and I want my mention in the caption. So I think the majority of people are okay if you do both of those things. So I would do both of those things if you can, which you always can. There's kind of no excuse for if you can. You should always do both of those things. In your blog post, I would generally put an image credit under each image, unless sometimes I've put one at the bottom if maybe I have taken the majority of the pictures, and then I can really clearly say which one hasn't been taken by me, and I want to say maybe a little bit more about that person, and then I can put it at the bottom and make it really clear. But if I'm using lots of different images by different people, then I really, really like to put it under each image, so the image credit. I just think it's respectful and it's really, really clear to people. So that is what I do. So I hope that's helpful, Abby, and helpful to other people as well. Don't be afraid to use other people's images at all. It's really, really wonderful to have your images used by other people, because it can really promote you. It can share you to someone else's audience, but only if you're properly credited. So I hope that has been useful and helpful for you. I'm just going to have a very Kirsten's off to order Flow magazine, which is so lovely, and it's just been so nice to spend another Thursday lunchtime with you guys. Love, love, love it. Now next week I will be here again at 12 o'clock, and I have a really exciting announcement next week, which I'm really looking forward to sharing with you. Next Thursday you will be the first to hear about it, so I'm really looking forward to that. And then the following Thursday I will be taking a week off because it's the Easter holidays, and I will be down in Devon. There will still be many things happening on the Makelight site. There'll be plenty of things to inspire you while I'm away, but I won't be here, but I will be back the following week, which I can't remember what date it is, but it will be something like, I think maybe April the 12th. I'll be back. So it's just 1 week that I'm taking off for Easter to go down to Devon and Cornwall with my lovely children. So take care, everyone. Have a wonderful rest of the week. Enjoy the weekend. If you are in the UK, Europe, and spring is coming where you are, really, really enjoy that. Make sure you go out and breathe it all in, because it's really exciting when you get the change of seasons. And I will see you soon. Take care.